Hi, I'm Satoshi Latsa. This is my submission for the Quest 2 in the back. This is my little baby Mata. She is a purebred French Bulldog. And she has one eye. Then over here next to my weightlifting equipment. Oh my god, I have to put those things, I have to put parts back on them. But right in the corner here is a pomegranate tree. I get a lot, like way more than I need, so a lot of times they go rotten, like that one back there, and a lot of bugs get them to them because I don't have the time to pick all of them. I'm busy with school. But this is really cool because I remember this being really small, right? And I was lucky enough and I was like lucky if I got one, or when it produced one. But now it produces like too much. I have to like trim it back. Yeah. So one of the first plants I ever planted was this aloe vera. It's just a big one right here. And so something interesting about the aloe vera is that they have these runners that go underground, right? And they pop up as little shoots. So all this came from this one plant, right? And so over here in my little garden area, my mom's rose bushes. Mom has a lot of rose bushes. So I planted some potatoes, right? Some of the caterpillars and some of the snails and slugs are getting to them. But the cool thing about this is that you can just leave them in the ground and they'll pop up every year after. I haven't even planted these. Well, I planted these ones, but way earlier I dug up a batch of potatoes that my aunt had planted, and then I just replanted them. And yeah, this is my tomato plant. You're getting one little flower or a couple little flowers right here. Planted this not too long ago, probably in early October, right? Try to get it like a little bigger, then I put this fence around it. Something cool. And this is what I'm most proud of. This is my snow pea. Something cool about this is every part of this plant is edible. So I could take a bite of the leaves, I could chop this up, chop up the stem, I could just eat it raw. But what I like to do is I have a big old bottle of them since 6th grade. I planted them, and every year that they sprouted up like this, I let them, as soon as they started sprouting the buds, I would let them dry out on the stem so that I would get more seeds. So I can plant them more and more. I've kind of done that a bunch. This is overgrown. My mom's little rosemary bush. Over here. Now I'm in the front yard. Right, so not the backyard, but in the front yard. So this is a little kumquat tree. There's like a little sprout right there. That's gonna be kumquat. Something about kumquats that I didn't know is that you're supposed to eat the skin, not the inside, because the inside is very bitter. This is my mom's bougainvillea. I've had that. My mom's been having that since I was pretty little. They sprinkle ash around the bottom because ash provides like 10 of the 11 nutrients the plant needs. And the cool thing about this is that we trim it about like once a month or something like that, right? And I'll still, expand huge way over the arc, right? Because this grows a lot. And so a lot of gardeners will break up this branches and use them as mulch. This is my mom's orange tree or citron tree. She has one right here, then one in the back of the house. I'll show that later. But I've had this for a while now. I don't really eat the oranges on here because they're really sour. Then this right next to it is a lemon tree. It's kind of toppled over, but there's 1 or 2 lemons in it that I use for baking or cooking, anything like that, and just for like the lemon zest. And it kind of fell over. We gotta tie it on with like a stake. This is a peach, I believe, or some sort of peach. I forget what type, but we got it like about a year ago and started sprouting a bunch. That was really cool. That's another bougainvillea. This is a little fig tree. Yeah, the figs, I really like figs. Figs are really good. I'll get like 2 or 3 harvest. Yeah. And then this is my mom's prized possession. It's my mom's nectarines tree. Every year when it starts to spew out a bunch of nectarines, I come out here with like 2 or 3 bags, fill them all up to the brim, and eat them raw, you know, eat them. But sometimes the nectarines will go bad a lot, or will start to get all mushy. And what I'll do is I make them to a jam. And then I'll go show you the other citron tree, or it's supposedly citron. It could be a sour orange, but there's another one. We like to keep our little bushes all formed like that. These ones are really, really sour. So, really sour. I don't know really what to use these for. We have abundance of them. So I'll just toss it there. Let the fox eat some. Yeah. And so this is a palm tree, this is like a small palm tree. That's been there since I was pretty little. It grows a lot. And so something interesting about palm tree is that it's not a tree. It's like some sort of perennial. And I don't know exactly what times, but all of these are branches that I just saw off, you know, and it's not held together by wood fibers. It's just these small little fibers that aren't exactly intertwined. But that was something really cool I found. And yeah. And so, in fact, we have a small one right over there. And I live in the Fig Garden Village, right? So that old fig garden area. And so a lot of houses online have a grapevine, like a big old grapevine going down. Something we have to do is I have to pick off the grapes or the bushel of grapes that don't have a lot on them, so the plant can put more energy into the grapes of what I want, right? And so that'll usually be at the base over here, or at one of the bases. So 1, 2, 3. Technically I have 3 vines, but it's all just like congested into one. I'll usually have them right here because this little area gets like the most leaves and gets the most shady. This is an example right here. So this is a little example of a dried up bushel of grapes that formed, or there's one right there. Little grapes that I never picked, something like that. And so the squirrels will get them all the time. Squirrels will get them, and yeah. And then I also have, this is a pecan tree. So pecans will drop down usually, right? And so at first there's this thing called, something cool that a lot of oak trees and a lot of nut trees do is all the bad nuts that they don't want or that are rotten, they'll drop them on purpose, right? And so usually when I'll break them up, they'll be like underdeveloped and stuff like that. But what I want is the good ripe ones, and they'll drop them, you know, but I have such a small time period to go pick them up because the squirrels go and get him. That was my tour of all the plants that I have in my yard. Thank you.